Hi, welcome to our Pegasus Cars and Coffee. Today is May 17th. It's our first Cars and Coffee of the year. And we're just kind of wandering around. It's a little brisk, it's 55 and kind of misty, kind of crappy. It's really windy. Hopefully it's not too terrible on the mic. But yeah, we're just kind of here to wander and talk about some stuff that we got here. So this is actually my brother's car. It's a Porsche 718 Cayman. It is just an S. It's not a GTS or as a GT4, as many of you may point out or go, oh, it's a GT4 bumper. It's got to be a GT4. But if you look in the back, there's no wing in the back. That's because the grid life class that he runs in doesn't allow him to run the wing. So this is actually a car that's very near and dear to my heart. This is something that was kind of my brainchild. So if you notice, it's got pretty wide tires in the front. It also has these 991 Cup Car flares. That's to fit the 19 by 11s with 285 square front and back on it. This is something that kind of has been my brainchild from the get-go. I used to be a Porsche mechanic, for anyone that used to know me or knows me in a past life. So I was a Porsche mechanic for a while, and I was like, you know what? Street class doesn't have a killer yet, besides the 40 Evos that are in there. And I was like, you know what? I don't have any money for this, but my brother does. So I was like, let's have him make a 718 Cayman. So, and that's what he did. It's cooler than it may seem on the outside, other than the GT4 bumper and the wheels that he already curbed, which is cool, because those were brand new. But, it's tuned. It did make for something somewhere in the low, mid, upper 400s, whatever he wants to say it is. MCS coilovers, front and rear, SPL arms all over it. We actually just had the motor out about 2 weeks ago to do a complete segregated water intercooler system. It actually still has the factory intercooler and the factory radiators for the intercooler, but it is there's a 3-gallon water tank in the frunk, as Porsche likes to call it. Speaking of, there's another Porsche. All right, and that's just one of the guys leaving the event. It has been going on for about 55 minutes, so it's starting to get a little cold. People aren't totally in it, but we still got, we're starting to fill up the second lot already, so we're doing pretty well. But yeah, that is the basics of the 718 Cayman S that my brother uses. I have an umbrella that's inside out. It's an Audi, not an innie. All right. So this is actually my buddy Ruben's car. It's right next to my brother's car. It's another 718 Cayman. I forgot to do my intro. I'm Zach Moore on Techline with Pegasus Auto Racing. Today's our Cars and Coffee event. We're just going to do a quick walkthrough because we got, this is probably as full as it's going to get today with the weather. It's kind of unfortunate. Yesterday was 80 and perfectly sunny and completely still, and today is 55 and rainy. But that's the Midwest for you, where we're located. We do have one location in New Berlin, Wisconsin. We are a complete in-stock source for everything we do. We're also 100% employee-owned. Let's see what else we got. We got a Supra here and an old Cadillac. Collector plates, of course. The typical Cadillac paint that actually still looks pretty good. It looks actually really original. I don't know much about this. This is an odd era for me, kind of that mid-70s, early 80s. It didn't really strike my fancy, the land barge stuff. My dad actually has a Lincoln Continental that's from 75, and I hate it. It's the creamsicle. But, to each their own. It's always cool to see original stuff. Otherwise, we also have this. For whatever reason, I'm having a brain fart. Should be an Impala. Yeah. Yep, Impala. What you would expect for a lowrider, pretty much on bags. We got some wire wheels. Everything looks good there. Yep, there's the controller for the bags in the inside. Everything looks pretty clean on the inside. Mostly original looking stuff. Except for the controller, obviously. I'm sure the trunk is full of a bunch of airbag stuff. Maybe hydraulics, but probably bags, because this is Wisconsin and our roads suck. What else? An old Termy. We got a Termy here. some sweet CCW classics on it. I'd expect nothing less of the era, nothing like the best of 2000s. Red, what a lot of them were. Looks pretty good. It's got some different hood scoop, little louver things. What other bits? Hood's closed because it's windy, super windy, but you know, it's what you'd expect of a Terminator. It looks like lowered, so. We're actually entering the Werks Autosport zone, but I think all those guys went inside, which is 55 and kind of misty, so I'm not surprised. But GTR, that's nothing surprising for the Werks Autosport crew. His 996, this is actually a pretty clean 996 turbo that he's put a lot of work into. I say clean, but there's flaking all over. But, you know, we don't talk about that. This is something that he's put a lot of energy into lately, so it may not look like the cleanest, most perfect version of a 996 turbo, but I can assure you it's really quick. So there's that. And if you look over there, you'll actually see our roast coffee. He's another vendor of ours. He's been doing this for, 2 years or so. Oh, I just stepped on a rock. He's been doing this for 2 years with us. He does have his own store. Yeah, he's been really cool to see. He brings his own mobile setup completely. So, and normally we would try and harass him and get him on camera, but as you can see, he's got a line of people because you know what? He's brewing some awesome coffee.
Hey guys, typical day.
Yeah. This is a regular sight for us to see a line of people outside roast because, quite honestly, it's not every day that you have a complete mobile setup for all of your, he'll make lattes, cappuccinos, mochas, whatever you want. I'm a little bit of a coffee guy myself, so it's great to see such a nice mobile setup. He brings the Sprinter out, has his generator running, has the whole nine. He really does he brings it up to the next level. We're really happy to see him on here. We've had him for a while now, and he's always been a really, really awesome guy to have around and have here with us. So, yeah, that's Roast. We'll talk to him later. Once, maybe before he starts cleaning up. He normally shuts down a little bit early for the event because he's a coffee guy, he's a morning guy. And that's just some other guys leaving. Let's see, we got a Subaru. This has all the Stancy Boy stuff, but a lot of functional stuff too, which is cool to see. So we got a big old wing on it, all the carbon bits, a little roof spoiler thing, a little diffuser in the back, a big, what I assume is titanium exhaust, wide wheels, fender flares, the whole nine. It's not completely gutted, but it's mostly gutted. There's no carpet in sight anywhere. Cage, street car, kind of. Big old splitter on it, which is very brave of him. And you know what? I give him credit. I specifically don't street anything with the splitter on it because it's awful. But, if you can make it work, good for you. I wish I could, but I can't. What else? We got some Civics. Let's see. Ooh, yeah. Got a classic Civic for you. Typical SSRs is what you would expect of a hatch, EK hatch. It doesn't have the big fancy wing that's always like all wonky, but it's got a pretty cool one. Let's see what else we got. Also gutted, but that's not gutted. That's just a really, really good. Ooh, yeah, big sub box in there. So, and it says supercharged, which once again, not a lot of hoods up today because it's windy. People don't want stuff getting slammed. So, and if it seems like I'm standing a little wonky or walking a little weird, I just have my back to the wind. As you can see, we got a lot of planes, so it does have a tendency to get super, super windy here. Yes. I believe this is a four-wheel drive Civic, the only one that they ever made, to my knowledge, and brought into the States. This is their wagon. I can't confirm if this is a four-wheel drive. I know they did make this version in the four-wheel drive. Awesome to see. We are slowly entering into the King zone. King Motorsports is another group of guys that, they're a very well-known brand. They're actually the first shop to kind of partner with us and have a part in what we do. So really cool to see them here. They do everything Honda related. So Scott normally has a couple of things that he brings here, a couple of guys, and then a bunch of other guys will get pulled in. So Civic Type R's, old CRXs, slightly newer Civics. They do anything from 80s Hondas all the way up through modern stuff. So great to see him. We always love having him around. They're another group that kind of brings the event up to the next level. So we're really happy to see them. They actually brought us roast. So it's always nice to see those guys. We got more Civics. I don't really know much about these, in all honesty. I was never a Honda guy myself, but that's what happens when all you do is stick around Corvettes, more gutted stuff. They always have really clean stuff, really good fitment, really good tires, really good wheels. They are a Mugen distributor, so we'll have a whole nother video on them. Got some more stuff. This is an Integra Type R, always good to see. They are a Mugen, actually I believe your only Mugen distributor. So another Civic Type R. This actually is an FK8, I believe. Yep. Good stuff, all good stuff. Lowered coilovers, I assume. Mugen wheels, as you'd expect from anyone with King. Another Civic Type R. This is a buddy of mine, actually. Jacob. No, this isn't Jacob. This is Jay. This is Jay Streeter. So, good guy. Love to have him around. I always see him. He was planning on doing some track stuff with it. I don't know if he is or not this year, but I always love to see him. This is actually just his daily. There's Chris. Chris, I need to talk to you. Yep, that's what I would expect. We got Chris. That's another one of our vendors. We'll get to him shortly. But he's talking. He's trying to do what Cars and Coffee does best. I think he's been avoiding me, as I would expect, of Chris and the Endless guys. So let's see. More Integras. Yep, another Integra. I knew that I didn't need to walk to the back to know. Don't try and tell me that, this guy doesn't know anything about Hondas. That's true, but I knew that this was at least an Integra. Come on. But we got to some hoods up group, which is always nice to see. And I'm not sighing out of boredom, trust me. It's just been here for a while already today. And the show's early, but more hoods up. D18, I think? D16? I don't really know much about Integras, if I'm being honest, but it is what it is. Like I said, they were never my cup of tea. Now we're getting into my world. This is a 993-4S, or a C4S as everyone likes to call them. This is just a 993 version. This is the last year of the air-cooled, and it's got the split grille, which, if I remember correctly, does mean it's a 98. Let's see how good my memory is. What do we got here? Yep, 98. It says right there. Oh, wait, no, that's 1098. That's not right. Wait. Why am I struggling? I was a mechanic for years. Well, this is embarrassing. Anyhow. Yeah, that's actually really embarrassing. Both cars and Cars Beautiful. Listen, all right? It is what it is. It's got some RS stuff on it. Everyone may want to think that that's a sweet cold air intake, but it's not. It's just a giant fan. They're air-cooled. It does cool stuff. Anyhow, always good to see. This is actually, I see an Endless sticker on it, so I assume it's a guy with Endless, which explains a lot. He's always a great guy to have around. He has been a customer of ours for years. He used to do a lot more stuff, a lot more like dyno stuff locally. Cool car. I actually haven't seen this one, so he's coming with his GTR and a bunch of other stuff, but I haven't seen this one. Is this Connor? This might be Connor. I think this is Connor. Or this is with, is this Connor? I don't know who this is. Auto detail. I thought this was Connor, but it's not Connor. Connor's isn't a Honda. Yeah. Cool to see, though. Real time, all four-wheel drive. Cool stuff. And you don't see a lot of these. Once again, don't know anything about it. I just know it's really wonky that you're sitting above the front axle. It's kind of goofy, but that's what made these what they are. Always cool to see. What else we got? Another Integra. Say it ain't so. This is fourth Integra of this show? Fifth? Fourth? Third. Another Integra, good stuff to see. This one has 5 spokes, the other one had 4 spokes. Cool stuff. Everything has tinted windows, and with all this stuff, it's really hard for me to see inside. And like I said, none of them have hoods up. This one's got carbon fenders, which is always good to see. Looks like some different aftermarket mirrors. And a harness bar. No, 4-point cage might be a harness bar. Can't really tell because I can't see anything. All the good stuff in the back, another spare. All sorts of good stuff. A lot of street cars, a lot of cool stuff that we like to see. We got a GTO. GTOs are always cool. I see some wheels, some other stuff. We are getting to the very windy section where my back is completely to the plane, so I'll try and keep standing like this in this awkward position. But yeah, it looks like some stuff. Like I said, no one has their hoods up. Can't really see anything. I see some cool. What looks like. I actually don't know. I don't recognize HSV. Not super familiar with them, but it looks like the traditional Brembo that you used to always see on stuff like the old CTSV Brembos. C5. What else? Stock C5? C5 with different wheels. 2-inch cowl. You don't see a lot of those because you can already fit a lot of stuff under these unless you have a supercharger or something. But you don't typically see cowls on C5, so it's kind of cool to see that. Ooh, CTSV. First gen? First gen. Always weird thing. They have 6 lugs. They're weird. I don't know why they did it, but it's cool. Kind of makes wheels wonky to find, but and this is a hood up, so I can stand like this. Finally, true car guy stuff. Anyone watches the Lizard Brains podcast, they know if there's a hood up, car guy. Let's see. Cold air intake, as we would expect. Fancy strut brace, because I think these were floppy noodles originally. Cool to see. What else? And if it seems like we're rushing through, we got a lot of cars. So, 2J? 2J. 1J? 2J. I don't really know anything about the 2Js or any of the sweet Toyota engines, but it's in a 240, so that's cool. What is that, a chase bays stuff? No, not chase bays, but cool stuff. Typical for Cars and Coffee. No one's standing by their car. Typhoon. Yeah, we got a Typhoon. This Typhoon is V6. Some people put V8s in them. This is still a V6. Yeah. Good stuff. Yeah. Anyhow, what else? Looks like mostly stock, but it's still cool to see. We have a runner. She's running. Better go catch it. Honda Civic. Bunch of decals, stuff on the side. I think I actually know this guy. Is this Phil? I think this is Phil's. I used to work with this guy. He used to be my parts manager back when I was a Porsche tech. What else? M-Car. Well, kind of an M-Car. Not really an M-Car. Z4 Coupe. Looks like a earlier one, but not a first gen. Cool stuff. No hood pop, so I can't see anything there. Nothing else really done. It's the stick Manuel. You don't see a lot of those. Cool to see. Fancy wheels. Apex wheels. Ooh, Apex forged wheels. Big boy wheels. Sweet. A Mazda Speed 3. I gotta be excited because my girlfriend has one. It's her daily. So this isn't her daily, but she dailies one. So I gotta act excited. As she says, even if you don't mean it, at least act like you're excited. I'm just kidding. It's cool to see. You actually don't see a ton of these up here. There's a lot of rusty ones. Oh, we got some guys leaving. ACR Gen 3. Second Gen Eclipse DSM. Heck yeah. What else? Oh, an E46 is leaving. Hopefully none of them do anything stupid so we don't have the cops called. But I don't think we will. I think we're in good... Cappuccino. This is a pink one. I don't know why I'm all about this, but I'm all about this. Fancy shift knob. It's clear. You can see a flower. It's very pretty. Tiny little guys. I love this about this thing. The sticker that says, sorry, I'm slow, but cute. They are cute. But it's Cappuccino. What do you expect? They make like 55 horsepower. Oh, and they have a Kirby with a knife. Because, why not? Small, cute, but they mean business, right? Yeah, not really. It's Cappuccino. But cool to see. Chopin. Anyhow, what else? Another E46. Or no, not E46. Silly me. E39 M5. Yes. More chassis codes, because what does BMW do if not provide a bunch of chassis codes? Nothing really fancy sticking out. Might have a fancy shifter in it. It does have a fancy shifter in it. They all do, because, that's what you do when you have an E39 M5. 19s? 19s. Yep, absolutely. That's what we like to see. Hots. Ooh, these tires got hot. That's even better to see. E9X. This is just a standard one. I don't know if it's 328 or 335i. I'm not. They debadged it. So you know what? I don't know. Probably a 335i. Because why not? Right? Same shifter as that. That's the thing on the E39 M5s. Ooh. LS swap, as we would expect. Fancy covers for over the coils. Cool stuff. Big old drag radials in the back. Skinnies in the front. Skinnies in the front, as you would expect. But, it is what it is. It's not a big block or anything like that, as you would see from a typical 90s build. But, cool LS. 6 liter, yep, as I would expect. Probably still an iron block. I see it's painted, so cool stuff. Ooh, a Recaro something or another in there. Gutted, half cage. Yep, the normal makeup of a drag and drive kind of thing. Cool stuff to see. Always love seeing it. Big old radials on that. GT3 RS. I actually know this guy. I've spent some time around him. He has different wheels than he used to. Same aesthetic, but another 5 spokes. They used to be multi-spoke. Yeah. 991.2 GT3 RS. The cool one. He's got some other little bits. This is Doister Media. He's done some stuff. He's another photo guy. He does all sorts of cool stuff with it. So he's a pretty regular person for us to see here. What else? Oh, look, another Civic Type R. I would never. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There used to be one over there. I think there's 6. No, that's not a Type R. Anyhow, we got to have a hit counter for that, because we got a lot of them. Like the COD, like all the little X guys. But yeah, another one's got all sorts of stuff on it. We can't intrude. We have photos being taken. Oh, cars and coffee photos. I would never. 964. Yeah, looks like the bezels are screaming 964, right? Yeah. See how good my old knowledge is. I don't really know anything about any of it, but it's a 964. What else? Ooh, it's a 911 SC. At least it has a badge for one. That's pretty. Is this a Supra? Is that a Supra? We got a Supra. It's right-hand drive. You don't see a lot, especially right-hand drive Supras. I know nothing about these, actually. CCWs. It's a stick. A lot of these were autos, and it's kind of a buzzkill, but it's always cool to see them. You just don't see these. And now, because of a certain franchise, they're $9 million. And it is what it is. What else? We got a Viper GTS. Ooh, second gen. Absolutely. I'm shaking. If you can't tell, I'm shaking. I'm trembling in my boots. That's what happens when someone brings a Viper. That shift knob is buried in that center. I don't know how he drives that, but that's cool. Endless. Yep, that makes sense. Yeah, cool guys. Endless performance guys. Big old CCWs. There's a lot of look, CCWs. CCW Classics. CCW Classics. We got the CCW Classics here. That's like 6 cars that have CCW Classics on it. Let's see what else. We got an RS. Cool. All sorts of stuff. Anniversary edition. Yeah. Pretty blue. I've always loved this kind of blue. He was actually in the showroom for a while. I was talking to him for a little bit. Cool stuff. What else? Because, why wouldn't you have an Outlander Subaru? It's outlandish, some would say. It's not really. It's cool to see, though. Roof rack, because why not? Absolutely. Ooh! Here we have a Harvester. This isn't any Harvester. This is a fancy Harvester with a big ol' spoolie boy. Big old spoolie boy. He's actually been a customer of ours. He's been here since Cars and Coffee #1. He's always been here. It's a really cool build to see. Big old turbo, big old spoolie boy. Always love seeing him here. He's brought it out, like I said, every single one. You don't see a lot of international harvesters. That is a really big screen. He's got like a whole laptop screen on the dash. I've never actually looked that closely inside this, and it's wild. And skateboard wheel for the door or for the windows, the window cranks. Another EK hatch. This is number 2. Number 2? Yeah, number 2. Everyone, they always got the Mugen power. They're Mugen. So I think it's a cult. I don't know. Cool guys, though. Let's see, what else? Oh, that's how you know they mean business. We got a hood in the shrubbery. It's in the bushes. Oh, that's why. Everything's polished. That makes sense. Everything is polished. I think the wind died down. Did it get warmer? I think it got warmer. Cool. All sorts of cool stuff. We enjoy having stuff here. Let's see, what else? Big old turbo on it. It's not that big, but it's pretty big. Probably for a little K-block? K-block, yep. As I would expect. Lowered, kind of slammed, but, you know, cool to see. That's actually probably it for what's on this side. We won't go through it because it would take us another hour, another 2 EKs, because why not? We got streetcar parking all the way down there. We got bugs. I'm in a ditch. Someone brought their speedboat out, because why not? That's pretty cool. Yeah, and that lot's full is actually I'm kind of surprised about for the weather. But, yeah, there's a lot of stuff. I think the sun is coming out. Brighter. Yeah, that's it for this lot. So I think that's going to conclude this video, our little walkthrough video. And it ended up taking way longer, but, you know, I ramble, as I found out. So thanks, guys. Thanks for coming.